Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This is going to be quite a quick one. What I'm doing here, well actually what I've been doing is helping fit. If I spin around, I've been actually here to do some work on this kitchen, but at the same time the customer or the guy that I'm working for, customers have asked him if we can renovate the stairs because they're quite sort of another age. Look, we've got these lovely turned newels and spindles here, so they want them updating. Obviously they don't want to rip the complete stairs out because that's a lot of work, so what we're actually doing, you can just see up there, is we're going to replace the newels with nice square newels, put new oak handrails in, square spindles. I'm just going to show a quick video to show how I've managed to sort of mortise and tenon / pocket these softwood newels into the bottom parts of these hardwood newels. So what I've got one here, look, still, and actually as you can just see, here we go, look, it's still a little bit wobbly, and this is always the problem we get. These newels are sort of doweled into this bottom section, and this does take a lot of grief on the bottom here because people swing on it. So we've got to make as good a job as possible of housing these new newels into the old one. So I'll just quickly show you what I've done and how I go about it. Very simply made a little jig up out of some 25mm MDF. Simply these newels are 90 by 90, so I cut a 90mm hole in it there, slotted it down over the newel and then clamped these also 90 by 90 onto it. You can't quite see, but then I screwed down through the top. That then, I'll cut this off, I'll show you this. I cut that off, slide this over, and then all I've done here is got some additional strips of ply, laid them another 10mm further in, so that invariably what I can do is drop my router in with a 30mm collet and a 12.7mm router bit. What that invariably does is puts a nice square pocket or mortise down into the top of this newel here. So, and then what I do is cut the other part of the newel will be cut on the table saw. But I'll set the camera up, whiz that off, put that on, and I'll show you watching me do that. That's so loose, this newel here, could probably pull it out, but something's got it. I think there's some sort of wedge in the down at the bottom, so I'm just going to cut it off. Now simply what I can do is slide my jig over the top. What I've actually done here, as you can see, there's a little mark on here, so I'll just make sure that cross is facing forward. The key to this really is these newels are nice and square, and so are the newels that we've bought, so it doesn't actually matter. But what you'll see is I'm going to put this jig on here, route out the most of it, and then I'm going to cut this shoulder down a little bit. I don't do that first because there's less stuff to cut off, so we do it in 2 stages. So that just slides over there, look, nice and tight, and then I've got this clamp here. We'll just clamp it once so it doesn't go anywhere. Then I can just get my router in, buzz it in there. I'll reset the camera up so you can see a bit better. Right, we're all set up. I've got the extractor on the go all the time, obviously, because we do a pass, clean it out, do another pass, clean it out. So let's go. I've got my ear defenders. Right. That sun's come out. Is that rubbish now? Let's go. Sounds like a nail. Oh, no. Like a screw or something. No, is it? No, Lovely. Let's have a look at that. You can see here, we've now got a nice sort of square mortise slash pocket in there. Obviously be really careful here, you don't want to make these sides too thin, and obviously when we fit that newel down in there, we don't want to be wiggling it too much, because obviously what we don't want to do is split this. So what I'm going to do now is get my square, draw a square line all the way around here, and multi-tool that off. Won't be the cleanest cut in the world, but we can tickle that afterwards when we put the stub newel in. And then I'll put the jig back on it and just dig that out, that extra sort of 5mm, because obviously we want that to be as deep as possible. That's about 55mm at the minute, so let's do that. Bit more of this old dowel's come loose. I'm going to get that out because obviously it's hitting the cutter. There it is, look. Can't get it off now. Just kind of fell apart. Yeah. So there we go. That's that pocket all cut on there now. Now I have set my saw up outside the table, so we're going to cut these, the tenon on these newels. But I'm just going to quickly show you how I marked the bottom of the newel so that I could set my saw up. I'll just quickly show you that. It's a mock-up, but I'll show you how I did it. So pretty much what I've done is just clamped this stub newel onto the original just to hold it fast. Put my jig back down to the top of it, and I'll just run sort of slight score on the end of this newel post here, and then that will give me the exact cut lines to set the saw to. It's already set, but I'm just, like I said, just showing you. obviously you can see this is a live site, so I'm working on stairs. Obviously people are coming up and down, but you can see there that what that's basically done now is this is obviously the mortise here. So all I need to do is set my saw to this exact line here. Just try and pencil that for you. And then basically you just take off this bit. So that's how I've set the saw up outside. Let's go outside with the saw and cut this now. Right, so I'm not going to unset the saw because obviously this is the 52mm distance, the depth, the length of the tenon or tongue, whatever you want to call it. And obviously this saw, I can maybe just show you, look, you see the end there. Can you see that that is what allowed me to set the saw up correctly? So, right, all we need to do now is, now that's all set, I know it's set because obviously I've done 3 already, we can just make a series of passes through here, chisel the rest out, round the ends off and give it a test fit. You might have heard that this saw's on its way out. It's making a horrible smell, and if you watch the video I made on this on my channel, I've had it a long time and I really do think it's on its last legs. But anyway, look, here we go. We've got those up, so I'll just knock all those off, knock these rounds off, and we can give it a little bit of a test fit. So there we go, that's that all cleaned off, just taken those corners off a little bit. So now I'm going to see how it fits. Obviously, as I said, got to be really, really careful. There's no sort of forcing this, because the last thing I want to do is split this. There's a fair bit of meat there, and this is a nice, this is obviously some sort of oak. But the last thing I want to do is split in that. So I'm going to carefully sort of wiggle that in. Might need a few, it might just need cleaning here a little bit. But let's have a go. Right, let's have a look, see how it fits. Got my edge I want to keep back, that's it. Oh, look at that, it's nice. Obviously we're looking for a snug fit, but not too tight. Oh yeah, that's amazing. What really helps here is that these newels have been dimensioned exactly. I think they're about 89mm, and these ones are 89 as well. They're nice and square, so the jigs worked really well, and so is setting to the saw. So yeah, really, really happy with that. That's going to be perfect. Now I'm just going to tidy up this joint here a little bit, and then that's all of those done. So yeah, it was really not going to show you me doing. Is that zoomed in? Hang on. Zoom in. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to show me doing this whole stairs because I keep having to turn the radio off. There's lots of other guys working here, and it was just I thought that might be quite interesting. The rest of it's sort of fairly sort of boring stuff. Just going to cut the handrails in there, use some sort of handrail bolts, handrail across the top, and a return there, and then spindles. But yeah, I just thought I'd show how I did that. So again, I'm just going to clean this joint up. But I think, looking at it, if I take that out, oh, here it comes. Now I think ultimately I've got like a 55mm worth of gluing surface all the way around here, all this way around here. And then what we're going to do, explain to the customer, although this is all going to be decorated, you're never going to hide. This is always going to be a crack point. So rather than put a V joint here, what we're actually going to do is put like a little sort of D trim over it. So I don't think it'll be too bad. The customer's happy. It's all fairly simple joinery type stuff, and then it's all going to be painted in. So yep, there we go. Just a little video. Hope you found that interesting, and fingers crossed by the time we glue all that up. And what I'll do, rather than glue those individually, I'll cut all the handrails, everything, and I'll glue it all up last thing tonight so that it doesn't get, nobody swings on it. Then tomorrow I'll just crack straight on. But there we go. Hope you found it interesting. Thanks for watching.